Well then. Ooh. That sucks. I thought I made a hair asset for Quattro Bajeena. Turns out, I did not. I can't do anything right today. But you know what? Well, actually, today, it's already tomorrow, technically, so I guess I didn't do anything right today. Or yesterday. Well, that's a sad epiphany. But let's get today started out on the right foot. Whoop. And let's just read some Gundog. We interacted with the tomboy, and now we have another tomboy. We had like a, what is it, like Central Asian, Eastern European tomboy with a Gaelic first name. Now we have Maverick, so we're just gonna jump right into that. I had other things to say, but I don't remember them because I'm stupid like that. Stupid like a duck. First things first, I don't care what this character's name is. Gonna be completely frank with you. Doesn't matter. Her name is now Maverick. Shit, I should have listened to like Tom Cruise before starting, and I couldn't do a Tom Cruise impression anyways. What's going on, Quinn? Who's this? Let's just make him sound like a complete douchebag. Lieutenant Rumney, were you just smoking in the mess hall? Ha ha! I'll make him sound like Zap Brannigan. Take it easy, Quinn. I was sat right by the extract event by the meal vendor. No harm, no foul. Hello, Bottom. Ooh, you need to have a consistent name over platforms. I was so confused earlier. Cassandra. That's not the point. The extra strain on the air scrubbers from cigarette? Ha ha! Yeah. So anyway, who's this hottie? Ooh. Well, cat's got your tongue. Name's Haru Rumney. What about you, good looking? I respect the sunglasses. Can I have them? Lieutenant Merrick Vesper, ship security. Merrick Vesper! Oh, no way, really? Last time I checked? Well, alright, good to know. What do you know about me that I don't know? Whoop. Hope the game's not. I'm gonna turn the game down ever so slightly. Last week it was too quiet. This week I'm a little concerned it's too loud. You change it all the time? Well, that's just gonna get confusing as fuck. Whoop. Okay. That's all for me, Vesper. You know where my quarters are, right? No. I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to, you know, I thought you were Tom Cruise, but you seem more like a Harvey Weinstein. I'm not into this right now. Well, you're last, Lieutenant. Catch you nerds later. There you go. You leave. They're short like Tom Cruise. They're possibly, you know, a degenerate like Tom Cruise. It's all making sense, chat. What was that all about? I can't stand them sometimes. They swagger around the ship like they own the place just because they're one of the only 2 pilots on board. Newsflash, Haru. Second best pilot out of 2 is last place. I want to meet the best pilot. Don't worry about them too much. They're not worth it. I'm still recovering from my illness, so this is probably gonna just be a 2-hour stream. I want these streams to be longer, but because they're visual novels. But that just might not be in the cards. Coffee. Putting out your half-smoked cigarette in a half-drunk coffee. Pretty gross. It is gross. I don't know why smoking on a ship hasn't been banned yet. Because it looks cool. I have half a mind to get out a cigarette myself. I'm impressionable like that. A standard food. I did this last week. Use. Cassie, shall we get some chips or something? Huh. Maybe we should wait until we've explored a bit more and worked up an appetite. I'd like you to pass up a snack break, but okay. And yeah, only Cassie's here right now, so we will move. Mess hall hangar. That has to be where the other pilot is, surely. Oh, I forgot to do last time on Dragon Ball Z. Crap. Last time on Gundog. There's no Z. We were at the final battle of the 1 year war, effectively. And then everyone died but us because we had a malfunction, so we would never launch. So we probably have survivor's guilt and PTSD from that. Now we are a security officer on the equivalent of like a Corvette that's going out to scout some unknown signals. And we're getting acquainted with the crew. We have met the captain. She is a baddie. We have met the, I don't know, like the comms officer. She's a bitch. We have met the engineer, at least one engineer. She's like a 6'2" tomboy who could like literally bench you with one arm. Pretty fucking hot, not gonna lie. And we just met Maverick, who I don't even remember what their actual name was. The two of you head down the four-side thoroughfare and away from the crew quarters. Cassie stops by the double-sized doorway and runs her keycard through the reader. Watch your step. She instructs, tapping her knuckles on a large warning sign next to the door that reads low gravity zone. Once the door opens, she heads through and you follow her into the wide stairwell. It only takes two sets of steps before you can feel yourself grow lighter. By the time you reach the doorway at the bottom, you're almost floating. Fly me to the moon. Stepping into the hangar and onto the catwalk, the first thing that strikes your eye are the profiles of two armored frames stood as if on guard, facing into the main area of the hangar. Although I can see that was the first thing that caught my eye, I'll admit, but it literally was. I don't need to read what I just happened. Although you fully expected to see them here, what's this game? It's Stories from Seoul Gundog. It is, my apologies, it is a visual novel that was recommended by Powerlines. He was also reading it on his channel. Ooh. Although he's farther ahead because he started earlier than me. Although you fully expected to see them here, every Jovian ship features at least a few. The sight of an armored frame stirs your PTSD. Oh shit, it really did stir our PTSD. Last time on Dragon Ball Z. Yeah, they're firing on us. I still remember him. And then he died. Oh my god, this was like an hour ago in gameplay. Or reading. I see that they took some notes from Gundam Seed. Obligatory flashbacks. Awesome. My least, one of the parts that I hated the most. Hey, are you okay? Though in this case, it does serve the purpose of showing I have PTSD. It's not because they need to fill out runtime. And they did keep that brief, to be fair. Yeah, I'm fine. I think just the change of gravity left me a bit uneasy. I know how you feel. I was late for a hangar audit once and rushed down straight after a big lunch. I was moving so fast that with the gravity shift, my stomach content couldn't keep up. Disgusting. Tell me about it. I did everything I could to keep my mouth shut. Still disgusting. You know, The rule of low gravity zones. What you spew is left up to you. I wasn't going to be late on cleanup duty. Speaking of duty, shouldn't there be someone around, either an engineer or another pilot or something? Dalton. Please tell me it's a dude. Dalton should be around here somewhere. If you're feeling funny, stay here for a moment and I'll go see if I can find him. Thank God I'm not the only dude aboard this ship. Sure. You watch as, despite the 15-meter difference between the catwalk and the hangar floor, Cassie nonchalantly places 2 hands on the handrail and deftly vaults over. I've seen Gundam before, I know how this works. Thanks to the low gravity, she doesn't fall, but instead kicks off the railing, propelling herself through the air. As Cassie drifts off, eventually catching on one of the armored frame's legs and using it to swing herself around and float in a different direction, you place your elbow on the railing and your head in your hand. She's wife material? Cassie's the love interest. I don't know if like anyone else, I don't know if this is like gonna be a dating game. I don't know what this is, in all honesty. I don't know what the story's gonna hold for us. It says I introduced a bunch of women at first, but she is the person we are actively in a relationship with. You turn your attention back to the stoic features on an armored frame's head. In fact, the whole reason we're aboard this ship is because she pretty much got us transferred here because she didn't want to be alone. Because she got put on the ship because she made a horrible mistake and was lazy. Your attention is caught by the cockpit hatch on one of the frames being half open. Looking around, you see everything as you'd expect. Armored frame, heavy racks, storage containers, various equipment, all restrained appropriately and fashioned arranged. Fastidiously, you dumbass. How did you get fashion out of that? The cockpit hatch is the only thing that breaks that pattern. Ooh. I don't know if it's gonna be a harem. I really don't. It might just be a coincidence that I've only been meeting the women, because we're about to meet a dude, to be fair. I don't know, it could be like a 50-50 split and I've just been rolling women right now. I don't know, chat. But it is very much Gundam inspired. This is Zeta Gundam effectively in timeline. As I said, we started out with the 1 year war. Then after, you know, this is like half a decade later or 7 years, which I think is about, let's see here. I think Zeta Gundam is about 7 years after the original. It's like in 86 or is it in 84? Is it only 5 years? 5 years seems a little short, but it might have been 85 Universal Century. But Zeta Gundam's not that long after, all things considered, the original Gundam series. Ooh, but it's kind of like that. We are in the equivalent of the Zeta Gundam era. We've already had the big war. The difference is, though, where the Federation won, pretty much the outer colonies won. In this case, Mars and Jupiter beat the shit out of Earth because they were like, we want independence, and Earth was like, ha, no. And then Mars and Jupiter were like, ha, bam, yes. Chat, and it's just me, wow. Ooh, how rude. I don't look at the numbers. No streamer looks at numbers, unless they're petty. Ooh, but they're either too insecure or they're too confident to look at the numbers. Anyone else is either petty or extra insecure. Anyways, it's weird. I can't find him anywhere. I know it's definitely his shift right now, so he should be around here somewhere. He's in the cockpit. Looking past Cassandra at the armored frame with the ajar cockpit hatch, a thought strikes you. He's in the cockpit. I think I might have an idea. He's in the cockpit. You carry out the same vaulting maneuver that Cassandra performed earlier to the big machine, and we're just wasting time. A few seconds later, Cassie appears beside you, and you both notice the sound of a gentle snoring coming from inside the cockpit. He's sleeping on the job! Oh. Well, also it's Tuesdays. Tuesdays are always a crapshoot. Tuesdays and Thursdays either do really well or nobody shows up, and so I just don't look at numbers on those days at all. Because I just never know. It is completely random on like how well a Tuesday or Thursday stream does. Mondays and Fridays are the reliable streams. It's just a complete roll of the die. That's why usually more things that I can just do without thinking about, where I can just do on my own if I need to, are on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Well, Lieutenant Commander, I think this is the operations issue, so let you handle it. Yeah. Leaving the discipline up to me again, huh? I don't know, what do you imply by that? Cassandra nimbly clambers up the armored frame, positioning herself right above the cockpit, bracing herself on the machine's chest. She brings her heel down sharply and repeatedly. Holy shit, that's workplace abuse. Oh, no, she's just kicking the outside. I thought she was kicking it into the cockpit. I thought she was just beating the shit out of the pilot or engineer, whichever one they are. Cadet Grange, attention! You hear a muffled scream from within the cockpit, followed by the squelching of blood as she starts to kick harder. A string of muttered cursing, and then finally, a figure emerges from the cockpit. Shit, it's another tomboy. It's either another tomboy or a somewhat effeminate youth. No, this is the dude. He's a somewhat effeminate youth. Ma'am, I was just checking the calibrations. On the AF. I'd gotten some feedback that... Oh, it's just you, Commander Quinn. Excuse me? Just? Is that how you address a superior officer, cadet? Oh, ma'am, no. I not expecting to see you in the hangar, ma'am. Okay, you can tone it down a bit, Dalton. Yes, ma'am. Good enough, I suppose. She said Dalton's a dude. Anyway, cadet, this is Lieutenant Vesper, the ship's security officer. Sir! Cadet Dalton Grange, junior engineer. So, like, do all... Damn it. So do all engineers just have the same messy hair? Also, I said the Cathay was, like, fucking Gaelic, but this dude, damn, making April O'Neil look black. Oh, wait. That joke doesn't work anymore. Good to meet you, cadet. Looks like they've got you working hard. Looks like... Oh, no, sir. Well, that is, yes, sir. But so hard I'm falling asleep. No, sir. I was, recalibrating the sensor array on the... Take it easy, cadet. We've all taken a nap in a cockpit once or twice. Oop. Well... Of course, we never took cockpit naps with the chief giving our orders, so you probably need to get back on with whatever you were doing. Looks female enough. What did he mean by this? Oh, God. I totally forgot. She's going to kill me. Good kid. I feel sorry for him already. Let's see here. I want to look at the frames. Okay, I actually want to look at the main hangar door is typically used when the ship is docked to bring aboard large containers of equipment. Damn it! On a ship like this, the AFs launch from smaller hatches underneath them. Oh, so it's like a Battlestar Galactica where they have launching tubes. That's actually pretty cool. Also, it's more efficient for air usage because you don't have to, take the air out of the entire hangar every time you want to launch them. Just efficient. There's also a maintenance airlock somewhere so that the whole hangar doesn't need to be decompressed if there's work to be done outside. You... Ooh. You're playing MC. I'm thinking of Minecraft, but I don't think you mean Minecraft. MH is Monster Hunter. I'm bad with acronyms. I need to start making a disclaimer at the start of every stream. I can't do acronyms. Wait, no, anonyms are opposite. Acronyms are abbreviations. Look. Those two armored frames are both Juno models, the workhorse of the Jovian colony fleet's military. They look like they're a newer type than the ones I piloted in Kaliki. Kaliki Baliki. Almost piloted. Hey, you did technically pilot it, it just had a malfunction. Oh yes, Minecraft. Oh, I am so smart, I am so smart, I'm brilliant. The hangar also used to store various tools and equipment, and engineering team use it as its storage. Okay, machinery is used for moving freight or AF equipment around. Those are the crates, dumbass. I should have seen that one coming. Contained all the ingredients of the Venmate. Okay, that's just on a ship like this. It's operations duty to act like a quartermaster, but I've been on some where if you're friendly with the hangar crew, they can sneak you some extra stuff. Not that I condone such behavior as the security officer, of course. Okay, yeah, it's just gonna be the same one. Cadet, how's it? Hey there, take it easy, it's just me. Lieutenant, sorry, I thought you were someone else. What's this crew possibly doing? Oh, sorry, what's this crew possibly doing that's got you so jumpy? Oh, it's not the crew, it's just the chief. She really likes a surprise inspection, making sure that I'm working as fast as she expects me to. At least once a day. I'll think I'm alone somewhere, and then suddenly, Cadet Dalton, report. I don't know how she does it. I'll have an eye on the entrance and the entire time, and she can still appear somewhere out of nowhere. I think she uses the maintenance ducts. I'm sorry, has this turned into Die Hard? You think she's freaking McLean or something? Okay, take it easy. I'm pretty sure it's just, you know, your nerves, you know, okay? Okay, if you're sure. Anyway, how can I help you, Lieutenant? I'm just getting to know the ship and its crew, finding out, you know, for security purposes and all that. Oh, yeah, I guess that makes sense. So, what are you up to here, Cadet? He's a victim! Oh, I'm actually working on 2 projects at the moment as a part of my engineering degree. The first is my own project, a high-density, rapid expansion emergency sealant of hull breaches. That's pretty useful. I understood you, don't worry. You only need to make corrections in my chat if you make like a really bad typo. I'm gonna understand you otherwise, don't worry about it. Oh, actually I need to double check something real quick. I just need to double check if I send out the live notification. Yeah, okay. I don't need to check that. Oh my god, I just got reminded. Okay, so, complete tangent. But I'm gonna talk about this right now. Shut up, game. Okay. So, I've been watching RE0, as I've talked about many times on stream already. But there is a character named Garfield. And Garfield turns into a big cat, a big orange lion. And the first time he was introduced, I was like, they just said Garfield. And the person I was watching with went, no they didn't. I was like, I'm pretty sure I heard a D. And I'm re-watching the episodes right now. They are saying Garfield, and it's the Japanese thing where like to avoid copyright issues or like infringement, you know, like infringement on copyright, when they take it to the West, they just change the name slightly, like when they do with the, you know, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, you know? Like, you can't just have, you know, a character that has no. It's not Dire and Straits. It's now like Dire and Strazu and like Straitsu or whatever. Like, they're doing that. Not the president. Well, I mean, it's also, I mean, it's the same thing, but yeah, I guess technically like the president. But no, like the cat. Like, he's named after Garfield the cat. And and I've been listening to it like before stream. I was watching the episode, and they keep saying Garfield. Garfield, and I'm just like, they're saying it. I sent the video to her going, they say it, I hear it, it's real, and she just responds, no, I am being gaslit, I can hear it, his name is Garfield, it's just a copyright thing. And I'm being told, no, there's no D. Everyone says D. It's literally fucking Subaru goes, oh, like, Japanese, Garfield. And then fucking Amelia goes, Garfield, it's Garfield. I can hear the D. It's real. But I'm being told no. I'm crazy. Oh god. Cat's named after the president? Probably. That'd be weird enough to do. Is Beast Boy? I always wondered if Beast Boy is named after the president, if he's named after the cat, or if it's just a coincidence that his name is Garfield. It's not a common name. This is a name you don't hear that often, and you wonder, like, is this a reference? And it's like, I don't know. Isn't his name Garfield Logan, or is it something else? It's Garfield is Beast Boy's first name, but I don't remember his last name. I don't know. Yeah, I'm watching the sub. Yeah. Like, the dub's not terrible, I'll say that, but the dub doesn't come close to the sub at all. Like, I know that's, like, true for most cases, but, like... Okay, sorry. There's something. So, no, I'm watching the sub. I'm watching the sub. Ooh, which is why I can hear them say Garfield. I'm sure in the dub they say Garfield. You know, just like how in like the just how in Stardust Crusaders or like the Pillar Men or whatever, they say the names as they say it. Like in Japanese, they say the names, and you're like, oh hey, he's just saying AC/DC, AC/DC. But then in like English, they go like AC/DC or whatever, and you're just like, that just sounds stupid. The name isn't, okay, the cat isn't it. I don't really know a lot of, I know that Garfield is supposed to be kind of just like a little, just like generic a bit. It's just like, it's supposed to just be something that like the writer could just make easily and reproduce. Actually, give me 1 minute. I'm going to actually, before we continue reading from this tangent, I'm going to move the Atya Tepes, because I realized this when I was going over the last stream. The president also loved lasagna. You know that he didn't die from getting shot? He died from actually poor medical treatment after getting shot. Like, I don't remember if it's like because he got infected because they didn't wash their hands, or if it's because like they rummaged around in the like to find the bullet, and like they just did a really bad job at it. But it wasn't actually like the bullet wasn't the direct cause of death. He died from complications due to his medical treatment, which is like so fucking embarrassing. Like, at least Abraham Lincoln, like, he got shot in the head. We know he died because it's like, it's in your brain, bro. Like, you don't survive that 9 times out of 10. But you do survive it 1 time out of 10, actually, which is higher than you'd think, but it is true. It's not actually, like, people survive getting shot in the head a lot more than you think. They don't survive in the best way. I mean, half your brain might be missing, but humans can still survive without half a brain. You might not be the same person, but like, whatever. You're alive. Mostly. But let me move Atya Tepes real quick. Sorry, Ion Tepes. Whereas there's the drawing of the day. And let's... Oh. Ooh, that way it's no longer blocking the dialogue. They also had a steel bend messing with the X-ray. Medical technology was kind of wonky in the 1800s, to be fair. We're trying to figure stuff out. People are like, if I got a dirty, like if I have dirty gloves, that means I'm a really good doctor. And other people are like, dude, like you're just infecting people with like other people's illness. They're like, no, 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 no. You see all this yellow stuff on my gloves and all the like dried blood? That's evidence I'm really good at my job. Dude, your patients keep dying. No, 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 no. That's because they suck. I'm amazing though. Not my fault. And it's just like, okay, how about you just like wash your hands before you go to the next person? Nah, that's for pussies. We're just gonna go in dirty and raw, bro. Okay? No washing of the hands, okay? That's just why'd I do that. Okay, let's get back to the game after that tangent. That's probably gonna have to be time-stamped. Okay. I've been working on a compound that's designed to be released in the case of a breach and seal up cracks. Okay, so like the stuff in Gundam. Actually, a lot of sci-fi have that, to be fair. Sounds pretty impressive. How's it going? Halo has that for armor, actually. Mass Effect also has that for armor. Though Biogel is a little different, in Halo's case. Not well, Lieutenant. I intended it to be used within a ship as a safety measure for the crew. But the technical officer who oversees my progress back at the academy has instructed me to find a way to weaponize it. That's kind of a weird thing to request of a dude. Like, I understand it's like, oh, militaries always want to make bad things, but like, militaries would look at something like this and be like, oh, that's really good. I don't feel like they'd be like, try to weaponize it. He thinks it's a good for immobilizing enemy AFs. Okay, well, they do that in Gundam, technically. They don't do it often, but that is something they can do in Gundam. That still seems like it's being put to good use if it's cutting down casualties, don't you think? I guess so. What's the second? Oh, that's just something I'm working on for Chief. It's a set of modifications for the Juno to increase its mobility in space. Ugh! Ugh! Our Gaelic queen with an Asian name. Don't worry about it, she's multi-ethnic. Cadet Dalton, report! Ma'am, Chief, yes, Chief, currently in a process of... I think I'll just leave him to get on with it. Dude, I just set this dude up for failure. I'm a monster. Okay. Where did she come from anyway? Can we talk to her now that she's here? Damn it, we can't. Let's just get out of here then. Move to fire control. I'm gonna click on this, so okay. Moving beyond the mess hall and the hangar access, the two of you continue to the furthest end of the four-side thoroughfare. The door at the very end of the corridor is shut, the words fire control painted on it in large stenciled letters. Cassandra swipes her keycard through the reader by the door before turning to you. Okay. I read that. Okay, I'm not gonna reread it if I mess that up. So, this is the fire control. The gunner is probably here, but, well, you'll see. That's cryptic. Oh! As you follow Cassandra through the doorway, your eyes take a moment to adjust as the strip lighting that illuminates the rest of the ship is now conspicuously absent. He's gaming, chat. Or she. Instead, the entire room is lit by the phosphorescent glow from an alcove full of screens and readouts. I need to blow my nose, so give me one sec. I needed to blow my nose, not for my model to have a stroke. Damn it. Looking at the screens, each one seems to be showing much more than a few specks on a black background. Not more. From experience, though, you know that what you are looking at is a live feed from cameras all over the ship's exterior. In the center of this alcove, facing away from you, is a seat like the ones on the bridge. From this angle, it's impossible to tell if there's anyone in it, but you can notice a tiny rhythmic hiss coming from it. I want to predict that they're going to be like Ed from Cowboy Bebop. So anyway, all the ship's weapon systems are controlled from here. These screens give the gunner a panoramic view of... Is the gunner here right now? You look over Cassandra's shoulder. At the back of the seat, you swear you see a quick flicker of movement, but you can't be sure if it's not just the flashes of the readouts reflecting off the surface. Dylan! We can't give him Arnie's. Firstly, Dylan isn't played by Arnold Schwarzenegger. I think, what is that, Commando? Was it Predator? No, Dylan is... Is even Dylan in Predator? Whatever. I can't do... You know what? I can't do an Apollo Creed voice, so it has to be Arnie. Dylan here, he's here. Should we say hello? Well, normally I would, but, Cassandra leans back slowly as if trying to, surreptitiously, God, I don't see that word a lot, sneak a peek at what's on the other side of the chair. Without it noticing her, she quickly turns back to you after a moment's pause. He just looks so in the zone, you know. It seems a shame to interrupt. Of all people, why the hell do you care? I mean, interrupt what? Cassandra leans back again, and after a moment quietly gestures over for you to take a look. It's gonna be so weird giving him a voice of an Austrian dude, but whatever. Sat in the chair is a man who looks a little bit older than you. His eyes... How young am I? Jesus Christ, this dude looks like he's like 14. His eyes are closed and his face pictured in absolute serenity. Over his ears are possibly the single largest pair of headphones you've seen in your entire life. As he sits there, oblivious to your presence, his right leg bounces up and down and his wrists flick constantly. It don't mean a thing if you ain't got that swing. Do-wop, 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 da-da-da. Okay. You wonder for a moment if he's okay before spying a cassette player poking out of his jacket pocket. You realize that the hiss you hear is the slightest whisper of the music that he's listening to escaping from those substantial headphones. God, I love 80s, 90s chic. It's the future, but people still use cassettes. It's like in Aliens when like they have the big board meeting. Well, not board meeting, but they have the big meeting and everyone has like giant stacks of paper. Nobody has like a tablet or anything. Everyone just has giant pieces of paper because that's how they did business when the movie was made. Everyone needed things printed out in like triplicate. Okay. Oh. Is this okay? Shouldn't he be a bit more attentive? Don't worry, it's fine. He's not even on duty. Heh, duty. Yeah, but, what if there's an alert? Let's find out. I still use cassettes. My old car still had a cassette player, and I used a cassette converter for it. Ooh. Cassettes aren't bad. They have fucking better audio quality than an MP3, but that's not saying much. MP3s are shit. I do everything in my power to avoid MP3s. I hate how they compress some music. God. Hearing a violin, which is one of my favorite instruments to listen to hearing it on a MP3 file is like one of the most painful things in existence to me. Like hearing the compression on a violin, it's just like I want to just Kurt Cobain so bad when I hear that. It is just depressing. You collect them. Man needs his hobbies. Okay. Cassandra moves over to the panel just before the monitor laid in an alcove, takes the receiver off the wall, and enters a few numbers into the keypad. Hi, Vanessa? Yeah, it's Cassie. Can we test the alert system on the fire control? No, I know it's not scheduled. It's a spot check. Yeah, random testing, you know, Chief's orders. Of course she asked. Why would I be asking for a spot test of alerts in fire control if Chief didn't ask? Hey, Lan, how's it going? We met Maverick. We've already talked to Maverick, the pilot from last episode. We met a twink, an effeminate little, possibly Gaelic guy, I don't know, named Dalton. And now we're meeting another dude. There's dudes on this ship. We're not the only guy. Weapons firing test, yes. Well, more of an alert test. Of course oh yeah. You're a darling, thanks. I was asleep. You're a tired boy. You must be working hard. Ooh. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Ooh. In an instant, you see the figure in the chair bolt right up, yank his headphones off, and lay his hands on the fire control systems, his head snapping back and forth as he rapidly surveys the wall monitors. You know, I almost put on my glasses, you know, in solidarity, but then I remembered I already have the shades on. How would that look? Oh yeah, chat. Oh, dude, we're pulling a Dale Gribble. We have glasses under our glasses. False alarm. Oh, sorry. We're supposed to give him like an Austrian accent. Hey, Dylan. Don't mind us. Just had to do a spot check on the alarm system. Chief's orders. Ah, hey, Gwen. No problem. I can't do a very good Austrian accent. Until the rest. Then there will only be one man. And a lot of babes. We know his name is Dylan. Why the question marks? Who's this? Lieutenant Merrick Vesper, ship security. Oh, hey. They have you pushing pencils instead of pushing iron? Just kidding with you. I'm Warrant Officer Dylan Dees. These nuts. I kid, I'm a joker here. Welcome aboard. Thanks. Well, let me know if you guys need anything. You know, like a workout regimen. Nah, I'm just fucking with you. That alert totally got me off with some awesome solo. So I'm going to rewind and pick up where I left off. That voice is so unbecoming for him, but you know, that's like half of VTubing. Good to meet you. Let's, I don't really give a shit, but let's look at this. Oh my god, chat. You see that? That's a ball. They have a ball because there's no mouse. So that's so 80s, 90s futurist. There's no mouse, so to navigate the screens, he has to use a ball. I wasn't tired, but I was tired from someone. I wasn't tired, but I was tired from someone else. So you were tired. Boo! Dude, I love the arcade games with the ball, cause like. Somehow those ones seem fairer. I know that sounds weird, but like all the other arcade games, like the inputs will like always seem like they're all over the place. For me at least, whenever I had an arcade game with a ball, I wasn't very good at it still, but like it always felt like reliable, like to how much force you put in is how much you got out. I don't know if I was just lucky though. Ooh. I've never been on a ship as small as the Gundog, but the controls for the ship's weapons don't look anything like they do on bigger ships. They look more like they belong in an office or something. Oh, it is supposed to be like an office. This is supposed to be a mouse. I'm so smart. Every single one of these screens is linked to a camera on the ship. I know this already. Yeah. Let's bother Dylan. Warrant Officer D's. Warrant Officer D's. Okay, well, let's just fucking leave. Dylan! Oh, hey, Lieutenant, how's it going? Not bad, thanks. I was wondering if you could explain the control system here to me. It doesn't look like anything I've seen before. Oh yeah, if you're not been a small sheep like the Gundog, it probably looks weird, yeah. He's going from like bad Austrian to really bad German very fast, I just realized. Bigger ships don't come more cruise fast. I mean, I was becoming drunk German. Bigger ships have more crew spare, so they can have old-fashioned turrets. On a ship like this, where there's only one dude flying solo, the whole ship's optimized to let them run the entire weapon system. Maybe I should do like the extra offensive German accent. Mostly because I can do that one more consistently. Each of these trackballs, they are trackballs, called it, links to with a different weapon system, which is represented by a reticle shown on the screen. By rolling these balls, I can move targeting reticles from screen to screen and fire. All I need to do is point and click. That's pretty clever. Only works so well because we've got computers doing most of the heavy lifting. Not that I need it. Look at these guns! On bigger ships, the gunners have a lot more physical control. On ships like this, more like playing really intense video game. So you have aim assist. Chat, he's a phony. You're a phony. I never really liked those spaceship video games. I'd rather play racing games. F-Zero fan? Fucking real? Ooh, or something instead. True and real? I like myself. I need to attend to something. You know what? I can meet halfway. Okay. The big accent with Arnold Schwarzenegger. I just don't feel like it's good. I feel like it's a bad accent. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna split the difference. He's still gonna have a quote unquote Germanic accent. We're gonna make him sound like Dexter from Dexter's Laboratory. Didi, you idiot. It's not too bad. Now the war is over, so we're not shooting anyone anytime soon. Ooh, it's not gonna be a good Dexter's impression. So, I get to spend all my time here listening to music and staring into space. Pretty much perfect. It's like Dexter combined with the Helsing abridged Commander. Listening to anything good? Yeah. A real classic album by Mozart. Ever heard of Trish and the Replicants? Sorry, that doesn't communicate on screen at all. I just turned around. Chat. That's a Blade Runner reference. That's a really good Blade Runner reference because Trish is the love interest, if I remember correctly, in Blade Runner, and the replicant, she is a replicant herself. But that is just a straight up Blade Runner reference. Good on you, Dylan. I like you now. Yes, I have. Do not lie. I know that reference. come by later, and I'll send you a cassette. It's pretty good for such an old band, yeah. Thanks for the offer. Actually, I want to hear what Cass has to say. Just once I was hoping he wouldn't be here. Cassie doesn't like Cassie hasn't liked several people. Oh? Yeah, this place would be such a good room to relax in and take in a view of the stars. I am the Blade Runner. I'm gonna have to look out for more references like that. Again, Trish and the Replicants, not a half bad one. But day or night, he's always in here either spacing out himself or drumming away. I'm so jealous, it's his job. Most heads of operations would kill for a crew member who was there stationed day or night, you know. Also welcome, Opus. Ooh. But this is weird. The only time I've seen him leave is when the ship's docked. I've come by at all sorts of random times and he's always here. Sound like Doofenshmirtz? Doofenshmirtz is like vaguely Germanic. I was going like for vaguely Germanic is really what I was doing with him. That was the target for him. Ooh. I want to keep it Germanic, but I could not do the Arnold, so I did a higher pitched voice, which while I'm sick, is actually incredibly painful to do. Completely wrong move, bozo maneuver, but we're not talking as him anymore, so it's fine. I don't like it. How much of that is jealousy? I think I'll leave that up to the professional. Damn it! I wanted to fuck around and find out. Foreside Thoroughfare. Move to crew quarters corridor. And this is the second set of crew quarters where operations staff, that's me and Vanessa, and department heads and the captain have their quarters. Makes sense. Of course, it's obvious why you'd come this way so soon after finding out I was part of the crew. We're like halfway through the we're halfway through the tour. What do you think soon is? Cause like, I've kind of actually been like avoiding this area. You wanted to go here first. I'm on duty. After, though. I know, and despite that, you've let your libido guide you to my quarters, you animal. She's not wrong. Let's maybe save that for later. Okay. You tease! Fucking yeah, let's just invade the captain's privacy. Sits at the end of the corridor, differentiated from the other doors in the corridor by the small insignia that sits above the nameplate. Like the others, in the corridor, it displays the occupant's name. And in this case, Captain Maris Bartomuse. Bartomuse! That might be a reference to an actual ship captain in history. Bartolomeo is a One Piece character, but he's named after an actual captain, but Bartolomeo is a completely different name. So it's not Bartolomeo. Even in your role as security officer, there are few rooms on the ship that you don't have access to. The captain's quarters is one of them. There's nothing for you here right now. Just not even a picture. You can't even like spare a picture to be like, nah, bitch. Damn, that's a hard cock block. Oh, by the way, if you ever want access to my quarters, the passcode is... Chat, remember that. Okay. I've taken a screenshot, don't worry. It's 0211. It's pretty much the same passcode I use for everything. Woman, isn't that why you're here to begin with? Like, you need new passwords. Did you forget? Is that not the passcode and you forgot what it is? Oh, that's right. It has to be the anniversary. You didn't think I'd forget, did you? Good job. Oh, wait. Before you go, can I give you a few minutes just to tidy up the place? No, I like my women dirty. I was almost late for my duty shifts this morning, so it's kind of a mess. Let me put some stuff away, okay? Okay. I prefer my girls embarrassed, but I will let her tidy up. Anyways, keeping herself between you and the entrance to her room, Cassandra opens the door using the control panel to its right. As it opens, she swiftly steps through before it's even all the way open, closing it again, using the panel on her side of the entrance. The entire time, she obstructs your view of her quarters. There's pantsu on the floor. Scandalous. Thanks, I won't be long, I promise. A few minutes pass, and I'm surprised nobody's talking to it. I'm surprised like this wasn't like a secret interaction point. Pass and continue to stand gingerly outside of Cassie's quarters. You hear the occasional footsteps coming from the four-side thoroughfare, but they all move on to the other parts of the ship. Thankfully, no one stops by to ask why security is looking outside one of the operations officer's quarters. Cassie? You give a gentle knock, leaning against the wall, continuing to remain on the lookout for anyone who may have some questions about what you're doing. How's it going in there? Oh yeah, almost done. Just give me a minute, get this sorted out, and... That last pause is followed by a loud bang, and the sound of a small cascade of various objects onto the floor. Okay, maybe a few more minutes. It's like me before stream chat, which is why stream is so late. You sigh and step back from the door. If anyone asks, you can always tell them that you're doing spot checks for contraband or some bullshit. Done! Come in! This is tidy. Welcome! Make yourself at... As you step through the door frame, the toe of your boot catches on a discarded pair of leggings which are held in place by your other foot. As you begin to fall over, you reach out and catch on to something to stop yourself. It's her blouse. Unfortunately, the chair you reach out for has a uniform thrown over the backrest. Damn it! I thought this was gonna become etchy real fast. My disappointment is immeasurable, my day is ruined. Which slips as you grab it, bringing both the chair and the assortment of cosmetics on the seat clattering down to the floor with you. Oh, America! Are you okay? I'm so sorry, I thought... Cassie... Yeah? I thought you said you were tidying up this place. I was! Then why did I just get brained by a falling hairdryer? There was a system! You get back to your feet and right the chair as Cassie quickly grabs the assorted bottles and tubs that fell down with you, placing them randomly back on any nearby surfaces. You almost launch into a speech about securely stowing possessions in case of high-speed maneuvers, but you stop yourself. Doesn't the captain ever carry out spot checks or surprise inspections? I'm gonna make sure of something real quick that would really piss me off. Okay. Damn it. Okay. Everything's good. Nope. It's great. From what I've heard, her quarters are a worse state than mine. Leading by example. And let me make sure I didn't just fuck shit up by doing that. Oh. Is that right? Cassie's bed, it currently appears to be acting as a makeshift wardrobe. Does she move all these clothes before she goes to sleep? Or do they act like an extra sheet? How did she even have this much clothing on board anyway? I did laundry today, so that reminded me of my bed, because that's kind of my bed situation right now. Everything's just thrown haphazardly. Damn it! Stop coughing. Like everything else in the room, this terminal appears to use extra storage space. I fucked that up. Even the chair is covered in stiff. Since Cassie's in operations, you'd think she'd make more use out of her terminal than anyone else on board, but I can't see how she uses it like this. The front panel of her storage unit looks like it's barely managing to stay shut. Could that be what the bang was earlier? Next time I'll keep my wits about me for any inadvertent booby traps. So, how are you finding the gun dog so far? Enjoying the tour? The ship's pretty much the same as every other one I've been stationed on. The tour's first class though. Maybe it works in naval operations. Maybe if working in naval operations doesn't work out for you, could start your own business as a tour guide back on Europa colony. Back on Europa. I hate how it says colony every time. You think so? Definitely. You seem to have all the insider knowledge already, and you've only been stationed here for a few days. Imagine all the insider knowledge you could share about Europa. Yeah, you're right. And over here, we have the statue of workers who built this colony. It's like, she was supposed to be doing a presentation. No. No colony. No. Stop it. No. Just Europa. Just Europa. If you sneak around the back, you can get inside the plinth and hide from colony security if they catch you and your friends hanging out in the park after it's shut. Damn it. Just completely missed a fucking word there. Then again, you don't think that's the kind of thing people would want to know? Maybe a bit more about the workers who built it? Anyway. How are we going to find? How are you finding the gun dog so far? How do you feel about being transferred from the Reliant? We kind of already know that. Oh, damn it! I was like, oh, Twitch, and no, it's just a bot. It's just a bot. Thought you said commie security. What do you want to do when we've got some more? I feel like this is what I would ask. So you've been on the ship a few days now. How are you finding it? This isn't, no, not combi security. This isn't Nazino, chat. What's Nazino? Don't look it up. That one's actually, that makes the normal gulag, that makes your average gulag look tamed, what happened in Nazino. It's a pretty big bummer. Anyways, I'm not a bot, I swear. Not you, Opus, on Twitch. Is one of those, do you want to buy viewers? I hate those things. Well, it's not too bad. Obviously, it's not like being stationed on the Reliant. It's a whole lot smaller, and there's way less people. I think the Reliant is reminding me of the Defiance. It's reminding me of something in its name. Though the Defiance was actually a pretty small ship. But then there's also a lot less to do, so you get much more free time. Captain Bartomuse is pretty lax compared to Captain Singh. Captain Singh also sounds familiar. Don't break. Stop breaking. You don't break on me, camera, so help me God. Oh. What, you guys aren't getting paid to be here? But then I get the impression that this whole crew is a bunch of burnouts. Ooh. So you'd fit in perfectly. And comments like that, chat, is why I typically don't have a girlfriend for very long. Oh, I'm a little too catty for no good reason. I obviously didn't mean that about you. Well, no, you transferred me here. You'd be the burnout in this situation. Again, why I don't keep girls that long. Let's ask about shore leave. You know, let's ask about my favorite OSI agent from Venture Brothers. Shore leave! With a body like Arnold and a face like Denzel. Damn it, I fucked it up. With a body like Arnold and a face like Denzel. Shore leave! I would absolutely love to have a character that I could voice as Shore leave, because Shore leave is amazing. So now that we're all on the same ship, our shore leave will line up. Do you have anywhere you'd want to go? Anything you want to do? I hadn't thought about it. I'm dying. Okay, I hadn't thought about it. I guess this means that we'll be able to go on a lot more dates now. Oh, I know. Did you hear about the new colony they've added to Europa Cluster? You know what, I'm not gonna say it. It's probably because he only pays for an hour and not the comments he made. Oh, fucking damn. Jesus Christ, so mean, so mean. Calling me poor in such passive aggressive terms. It's true. I mean like not the paying for shit thing. I'm too, you know what, actually you're kind of saying I'm rich, saying that I can like pay for like fucking, saying that I can pay for views. I mean, it's kind of a compliment to say I have that much money. Thank you, chat. Thank you for thinking that I'm so affluent. It's got an ultra-efficient water handling plant, and the planners have included a water park. We should go there soon as it opens. Is this like on Europa, or is it like another moon? Did they take like Ganymede, and is Ganymede even like is that even Jupiter, or is that Saturn? Did they take Io? Io's not a planet. I think Io is one of those like sulfur or just dead worlds. Maybe that. Did they take Titan? Titan's also not a good example. I'm just picking all the best. Well, Titan would have a colony on it if any moon had a colony, but it wouldn't have a water park. Or would it? We're getting off track. Ooh, you're talking about the main character of the game? Oh. Ooh. Okay. Main character of the game. Damn, I thought you were complimenting me. I guess I am just a bum. I'll always be a bum. I could have been a contender, a somebody. But now look at me. I'm a bum on a one-way trip to Palookaville. Anyways. A water park? What's that? You've never heard of a water park? Is it like a park with a lot of water features, like a lot of fountains? They're one of the coolest new features on the new colonies they're building. They're like lots of big swimming pools with slides and rivers and all sorts of stuff. Seems like a waste of water. And on a colony, that's really important. So, oh, stop breaking model. Oh, the... God, this really is a 90s/80s thing. The thing is, it's electronic, so we just call them e-magazines now. Done. All the e-magazines are saying that they're going to be the coolest things to do on the colonies once they're open. Pools and slides into pools. But like, really exciting. I'm not 5 years old. Okay, I guess we're going next dock. I'll see if I can book us some tickets. I'll get her into a swimsuit. Let's look at it like that. Stop breaking model. Oh, well, I'm the one who can't keep a girlfriend. I'm the one with a fucking That's, god damn it, that still comes back to me. Because that wasn't about the main character. That comment about me being a sassy bitch was about me, not the main character. So your joke was indirectly fucking targeting me still, son of a bitch. God damn it. I can't I'm catching strays and they're not even aimed at me. Ah! Fuck. Oh my god, you're shooting in a completely different direction and hitting me right through the heart, chat. It's just ricocheting across the room. It's not fair. Awesome. I guess we have to ask this. So, about your transfer from the Reliant. I know. We don't need to have this conversation. I've already had it with Captain Singh in my dismissal and from one of the senior resource officers. Yeah, I knew that was a mistake. You're wasting your potential. You should make an excellent captain if you took your duty seriously. Your academy scores were excellent. I wasn't going to give you the speech. I just... One of the only good things about not having parents is that I don't have to hear from... Chat, we got an orphan. This really is a Gundam. Oh my god, this really is a Gundam clone. Let's be honest though, if half the characters aren't missing one parent and or orphans themselves, is it really a mecha in general? I'm over here with the fucking 60mm. Fucking damn. Oh, wait, M60, shit. How did I read that wrong? 60mm would be fucking massive. Oh. Cassie, I knew I shouldn't have talked about it. I could have just not talked about this. And it's the absolute worst hearing it from you because I know out of everyone, you're probably the only person who really cares. This brat. What do you mean? This isn't power lines. Anyways. I wasn't going to give you a big speech about it. I figured you'd already had it from everyone else. I just wanted to make sure you were okay. I figured you were feeling worse than you let on. It's going to be okay. You know, a ship like this isn't the worst place to be for a while. And if things work out okay, you can always be put in for a transfer back to a bigger ship. The JCF is still building up its navy, so there'll be loads of opportunities. She needs correction. Why I got... Oh, why? No, this isn't my room. God damn it, Lennon. Stop fucking... Stop. Stop. This is her room. It's a military ship. All the rooms look the same. This is her room. You just see the mess and you immediately assume it's me. Really? Really? Really, I say, as I turn to a giant pile of a mess in the room that I'm currently in. Really? You just assume it's me. Just because everything about her, I literally say she's just like me for real, for real. She'd make a great VTuber. Put some bunny rabbit ears on her, okay? Have her say some awful things about Walmarts. No, that shtick is already taken. Okay, put some fox ears on her. Have her say some stuff like that's like kind of depressing but also true about like cultural subversion. No shit, that one's also taken. Okay, God, there's a lot of niches already filled up in VTubing, isn't there? Anyways. This is her room? Yeah, that's the joke. She's a dirty girl, chat. Ooh. And if that doesn't work out, there's still your career as a tour guide on Europa. Bad joke. Bad joke. Not good. That's a dud. Okay? I've been around long enough to know. Chat, if I'm saying that was a misstep, it was a really bad misstep, okay? I'm the kind of guy who puts his foot in his mouth all the time. Shit move. Yeah, you know it. I'd probably make a better tour guide than a ship operator anyways. You see? You see? You see how it's directing to negativity? Not a good move. She's thinking of losing her job, for one thing, and it's not going to a higher place, it's to become a tour guide. So you've put the idea of her losing her job, getting to rock bottom. Dumbass move. I think you'd be great at whatever you decide to do, and whatever that is, I'll be here to support you through it. That's the proper fucking statement. He recovered. Cassie? You're so cheesy sometimes, but women love cheese, okay? It's men who tend to be lactose intolerant. She's a bat who desperately needs correction. She needs guidance. Hey. And that's final. Come here. Come here. We're gonna fuck? No, we're just gonna hug. Okay. Crew corridor 2, move to Four-side thoroughfare. I forgot what I was doing for a second. Crew quarters 1, this is my area. So your quarters are down this way, huh? Is that what the gun dog looks like from the outside? Or is that just, you know, schematics don't make any sense. It's like Halo, the schematics you look at and you're like, that's not what the ship looks like at all. And it's like, yeah, don't worry about it. Halo 1, Halo CE. That's right. Why? I was wondering where you'd be. On a Swift class, there's 2 different quarter sections. One for men, one for women. One has all the department chiefs, whilst the other has the crew that work within those departments. Oh, wait. H. Craze. Huh. D. Graham. Have we met a D. Graham? We haven't met a D. Graham. Dylan's last name wasn't that. Like, Dylan's last name was something completely different. I don't know if we met a H yet. 1 minute. I love how my model has been extra strokey today. Just fantastic. It's not the type of correction you're thinking of. Guidance. Well, it's gonna help her along her way to be a better person through healthy communication, chat. Okay? That's what bottom frontal is talking about. You know, he knows you're thinking in perverse terms, but he's a pure innocent soul. He's the most say-so chatter. I can't finish that fucking lie. Anyways. Since you're the only, he's not the most degenerate chatter. That one still goes to the person who almost said something that who said the one thing I have not been able to repeat on stream. Good work for you for that one. How you got that past the censors. I don't salute you actually, because I don't want to encourage that behavior. But anyways. Since you're the only security officer on board, I was wondering if you'd count as a department head or not. Well, I guess I don't. I'm just slumming it. Wrong! I said I couldn't finish that lie. I'm not very good at lying, chat. At obfuscation, though, I'm fucking amazing. Anyways. Ooh, but never in a harmful way. I hate harmful obfuscation. I just like, you know, but leading somebody on for a joke, I'm really fucking good at that. I'm excellent at that. I am the perv. You wouldn't be the first one, in chat at least. Oh, that's not, what I meant was, I'm messing with you. I'm messing with you, don't worry about it. The head of security is typically under the captain's instructions anyways, so it makes sense that my quarters are down this way. I guess so, when you put it like that. So, have you met any neighbors yet? Chat, I have just realized this was written by Europeans. I am the perv. Opus, it is not a competition. It is not a, it is, oh my god. Actually, Opus, you're pretty well adjusted, all things considered. You're in the running for being one of the more well-adjusted one of my chatters, which isn't really saying a lot, but some of you fuckers. Like, you guys either tend to be somewhat well-adjusted or completely off the fucking rails. Oh. About to guide this missile in this target. Keep on target. Keep on target. Chat, we will use the force. Okay, anyways. Why did you put away your targeting screen? Because I don't need it. Oh god, I'm going in raw. Okay, let's stop that. So, have you met any of the neighbors yet? Also, I said European because neighbors was spelled with a U. Well, I would say, don't be presumptuous, but I am the only American I know who prefers to spell armor, neighbor, and favorite with U's. Which usually gets me called out by other Americans, which is not appreciated. I just like to spell it. It's not armor, it's armor. It's not favorite, it's favorite. You know? It is neighbor. Wait, it's not neighbor, but it's kind of closer there. The neighbor one is more, I don't do the neighbor one as much. Ooh, I'm not allowed to say half of what I would want to be saying. You know, that doesn't stop a certain chatter. And one chatter I have, he's not as common as he used to be because my streams aren't very good times for him anymore, but my god, he will say shit and then I'll have to look at him and be like, I shouldn't laugh at that, but it's also kind of impressive you got that through the censor. And he's like, yeah, that wasn't supposed to go through the censor. I was like, no, it really shouldn't have. I spell color like that. I don't spell color with a U. Fuck that shit. Wait. How do I spell the color of my jacket? Oh, sorry. This isn't a jacket, this is a shirt. This is my coat. I spell it typically G-R-A-Y, but I actually prefer G-R-E-Y in spelling, which I know again in American English is not the popular one. I learned fucking reading through fucking English books, excuse me. I typically don't do color. I usually have the simpler one. Are we going to romance her? She's already our girlfriend. Land. Land. Keep up, my man. Well, let's see. Hanson Cruz. Yeah, I know this guy. I do. You've met him already? I have? Not on the Gundog. I knew him back on the Kaliki. You know, this is completely wasted what just happened because the glasses really hide the fact that my eyes just slowly got wider and my eyebrows raised. I am hoping this is the engineer. Well, it can't be the engineer. It can't be. Are you thinking it's the Canadian? Oh! Is he the guy you told me about? That's right. Not what you'd call my biggest fan. Oh, honey, I'm sorry. Nah, I don't think it's the Canadian. Damn it. Oh, hey, this is Maverick. Dalton's room. What? That says like Graham. Was Dalton's last name Graham? Wow, I'm stupid. Actually, yes. I want to go back. I want to see who these other rooms real quick. Humor me. Lord. Oh, that's Vanessa's room. Lordy. I should remember that because that's what I would be saying for her. In both good and bad ways. The nameplate reads Cassandra Quinn. I don't really need an explanation on who that room belongs to. Mackenzie. That's the chief's room. She seems pretty committed to the job. Bet she doesn't spend much time there. That's Dr. Rosarium's quarters. Okay, chat, that is a last name. That is a surname, meaning we do not have, wait. Damn it. God damn it. She used a pronoun, never mind. I was gonna be like, okay, chat, put your bets, man or woman, Rosarium. Okay, very feminine, very, you know, you could have like a loving doctor aboard the ship. No, it says a dude. Damn it. We could have had a betting pool, chat. We could have gotten arrested by the authorities for illegal gambling. God damn. I'm sorry, chat. I'm so sorry. What's a good doctor voice? Let's see here. We can make him sound like Julian Bashir. Is it evident that I like Deep Space Nine yet? Is that right? By which I mean just give him an English accent kind of thing going on. Julian Bashir has a mixed accent, so it doesn't matter. Give him a little bit pretentious, make him sound smarty pants. Yeah, it's hard to explain. I guess you'll find out when you meet him. Okay. Remind me. I wish it was the Canadian. And the one other person. Cassie's got a lot more to say about the people than that. Whoop. Do the Muppet Doctor. I'm thinking of Beaker right now. You mean Beaker? Is Beaker technically a doctor or is he only an assistant? I feel like it's kind of a dick move calling out Beaker like this, but... Me. Your quarters. Cassandra follows you into your quarters. She stands by the door. These are our quarters, Lan. Look how nice they are, how neat they are. We have books. This one is the Canterbury Tales. This black gray one is the Bible, obviously. Because Bibles only come in like black in America for the most part, like, but they're leather bound, so it's cool. A cow died for the holy word of God. That's how you know it's fucking legit. I guess they're scientists. Well, Bunsen is definitely a scientist. What are these other books? The blue one is the collected works of Edgar Allan Poe. The other blue one is collected works of William Shakespeare. And then all the other ones are just paperweights. Wow, you really like to keep it, you like to keep a clean ship, don't ya? I've only just got here. That's not a lot of time to make a mess. Then again, you... Are you kidding? I'm pretty sure my bag exploded the moment I stepped in my quarters. Jovian military supplies just aren't what they used to be. Or maybe it was an operator error. Oh, sorry, that was her. That was me. Did you just do a really mean impression of me? Not intentionally. And what's that supposed to mean? Nothing, nothing, just considering all the possibilities. Wait, is that? What? Lieutenant Vesper, don't tell me that. What is it? Your chair! Complete non sequitur. Next Tuesday, we're doing a collab with Shogmami, which is very important because it's going to be a very early stream. It's going to be at 6 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Very early for my streams, but I am very conciliatory to other people when doing collabs. I'm a bit of a pushover. Also, she has, like, if any later, she actually can't do that day anyways. So, I'm saying that now. Ooh. One of them is a... Damn, dude. Neither have German accents. I resent that as somebody who's part German. It's not, but wait. Oh yeah, no, sorry. I was like, wait a second, his name's not, but no, sorry, his name is Bunsen. It's Bunsen Honeydew. I don't know Beaker's full name though. Your chair, it's not perfectly aligned with the terminal. I guess nobody's perfect, huh? Man, dude. She knows my second favorite investigator is Adrian Monk, and she'd say such a thing to me. I couldn't say my favorite investigator because everyone knows it's Columbo. Everyone knows I'm a complete Columbo stan. I would have made more of an effort if I knew the officer doing spot checks was such a stickler. I suppose I won't have to report you to the captain this time. Hey, want to see something cool? Yes. I feel like this may be a bad idea, but... Oh, sorry. I feel like this might be a bad idea, but... Go on. Alright. I've always loved your sense of adventure. Now check this out, and she starts breakdancing. But not good. But like that one Australian at the Olympics. If you work your fingers under the bottom... Oh, okay, wait. Of the panels of your bunk... Sorry. He doesn't have a last name? Maybe because he's not a real person. Maybe he was made by Honeydew in a lab. Maybe bottom frontal is onto something. Maybe there was some unethical experiments being carried out. Maybe Honeydew used to have a different name, something more along the lines sounding like mangling or something. I wouldn't know. You can take it off. You can take it off its mounting, and there's a recess behind it that you can stash contraband in. Oh! How about this floor panel? Did you know that if you use something strong enough, you can pry it open and it leads into a crawl space below the decks that you can use to get into other areas of the ships? Yes. I'm the security officer. Alright, but I bet you didn't know if you logged into your terminal and entered a secret code that you can play Snake. That too, sorry. Well, fine. I guess you probably know every secret on the ship then. Well, not every secret. That was a fucking... I'm not gonna say. I just had like... I should just say them, but like, I have too much decency to say certain things. But I am the security officer. Okay. I've seen and caught every trick there is when it comes to contraband, crew breaking, fraternization, crew breaking fraternization rules, or system exploits. It'd have to get pretty technical to get past me. Wait, how do you know all this? Back to the tour.
Self-voicing enabled.
What? 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 Wait. There's AI? I accidentally hit V.
Crew cord.
Is it?
Four-side thoroughfare. Your quarters. Four-side thoroughfare. Your quarters.
Can you hear the voice?
Four-side thoroughfare. Your quarters. Crew cord. Central hub. Bridge. Sickbay. Thoroughfare. Airlock. Cassandra. And this is the main airlock. It's the main way to get on an
Wow, she sounds like an angel, chat. Let's get rid of that.
Self-voicing disabled.
It is quiet. It's as quiet. It is pretty quiet. It also makes though it kind of
self-voicing enabled.
It makes the music a little quieter, but it is pretty quiet.
Airlock. Self-voicing disabled.
And this is the main airlock. It's the main way to get on and off the ship, and it's a dock. That's a really big airlock. Holy shit. That's I've already been here. Oh, really? How did you think I got on board? Actually, I think I'm confusing it with somewhere else. What else can you tell me? Well, it's got one of the best views on the ship, for one thing. You look around, but can't see any windows. You wouldn't expect to on a military vessel where the inclusion would compromise the structure. Here. Yep, really. Check it out. Cassandra strides over to the terminal set into the wall next to the airlock hatch and quickly begins typing commands into it. You hear a sequence of beeps and stand back. And she stands back, gesturing proudly to the screen. Not too bad, huh? You look at the screen, but all you can see is a dark display of a few errant pixels suspended on it. Is that working? Of course it's working, look! I miss the screen, like, God, I miss those. I miss them. You stare a little harder on the screen, and although it takes you a moment, you eventually realize it's sparse! That's right, normally you can only see out the Gundog from either the bridge or the hangar. But the ship's covered in small cameras. For combat situations, you can access the feeds from the terminals around the ship. It's actually pretty neat. But isn't a view from the bridge or hangar better? You know, because you're actually looking out. Well, maybe, but there's always someone else around. You never get the view to yourself. No one ever comes here, so it's quiet. It's almost like you're out there. I guess I can see what you mean. It's pretty quiet out this way, and with a fancy screen like that, it's basically a real view. I knew you'd understand. I'll add the command to your terminal access. That way you can come out here and see the stars whenever you want. I don't need to go out and see the stars when I have one right in front of me. Thanks. These spacesuits are for emergencies only. Every crew member has an assigned suit that's stored near their main station. These suits are here in case of evacuation when the station is inaccessible. This is the main crew airlock for the crew use. It's used to load and offload basic supplies and equipment. Everything else is brought in through the hangar. I think really the only place we can go is the sick bay. I'm gonna mute for 1 sec. I don't know why the model is stroking out, but every time it strokes out whenever I look away today. The elevator's doors hiss open and both of you step. Okay, this is a bad design. Why is it like isolated by an elevator? Why would you have the med bay isolated by an elevator? It should just be all on the same floor as everything else. Considering like everything except for the bridge is on the same floor. The bridge should also be on the same floor. Why do you have multiple floors on this ship? It was military designed. Good point. You're immediately struck by the glare of a high-powered light that are set into the ceiling. Just as you regain your vision, the powerful aroma of clinical disinfectant burns your nostrils. Looking around, you see the standard features of the sickbay. A set of beds and extras from the extrude. Fucking hell, I read that E is an S. That extrude from the wall on one side and a large gallery window set into the wall on the other side, indicating the presence of a surgery wing. The walls are lined with cupboards and cabinets containing medical supplies, and various devices sit on the countertops. In the middle of the room is a large desk set to face the entrance. On the side closet to you are two chairs, and on the other sits a figure that you almost mistake for a piece of medical equipment until they look up. Okay. Julian Bashir. Miss Quinn, excellent timing. I've just finished the analysis of your... What's up, Doc? Thank you for... You know, I get in here and I start coughing up a storm. Don't worry about that right now. I'm giving a tour to our new security officer. Very good, Miss Quinn. However, Lieutenant Vesper, I'm the ship's doctor, Cypher Rosarium. Rosarium. Oh, I said that correctly. Holy shit. I've reviewed your files already. I like how I want to do an impression and then it just like, it devolves immediately. So please feel free, Mr. Potter, to stop by with any complaints. But since you're here, Mr. Quinn, I've already been to talk about your Castro. It does multiple things. It's like a combination of a lot of voices. The voices devolve so quickly, chat. Honestly, Doctor, it's fine. We can talk about it. Intestinal. Doctor! Distress. Doctor, okay. A moment, please. Honey, if you could give me a few minutes with the doctor. Yeah, no problem. Cassandra grabs the doctor by the sleeves and drags him over to the surgery wing, yanking him through behind her. Once the door closes, you can hear them, but you can still see so you can't hear them, but you can still see them through the gallery window. You decide to turn your attention away and examine a nearby poster of space illnesses. Thank you, yes, thank you, Doctor. I understand. So that includes any synthetic meats or carbohydrates. Understood. But as I've explained, I've got a full supply of Nutri-Sax powders that should serve as a balanced replacement for the meals from the food vendor. Should alleviate your... Doctor! Tummy troubles. This tour is moving on! No, it ain't. No, it ain't. Talk to me, Doc. Lieutenant, are you feeling unwell? No, and was that a German accent you now have? I am many things. Have you come to pick up any medication? God damn, I'm dying. No, maybe I should. I'm totally alright, Doctor. You're coughing like a lunger. Do you have tuberculosis, mayhaps? Have you come in for precautionary checkup? No, nothing like that. I was just looking around. Then are you here to ask about my mechanical augmentations? And I'm just getting roasted. Don't die? Well, we're all gonna die eventually. Okay. There you are. I mean, technically, as a mortal spirit, and we're not getting into that. We're not getting into that part of the lore. Then are you here? 1 minute. Oh my god, okay. I had to mute. No, you brought that up. Don't die this week. You want the baddie tier list that bad? Well, in that case, Lieutenant Vesper, I'm not sure I can help you today. Don't worry about it. So, I swear, not one for patient-doctor confidentiality, is he? That man is like a laser beam. He gets straight to whatever task is in front of him with no time for things like common courtesy or bedside manner or even privacy. Yeah, I get that impression. The worst part is that after all of that, he tells me I'm allergic to synthetic elements they use in the mess hall's food vendor. Can you believe I'm a Nutri-Sac diet between now And when we return to port? I thought those ingredients were supposed to be hypoallergenic. No animal products suitable for everyone. I know! But the doctor's saying that it's the rare condition that means I react to one of the compounds they use in the product. Ooh, similar to how Captain Kirk has to use reading glasses because he in Star Trek is allergic to the pills that make it so that fix your eyes. I forget what they're called, but there's pills in Star Trek that fix your eyes, and that's why almost nobody wears glasses in Star Trek, because you can literally just eat pills and you have good vision. But in Wrath of Khan, it's actually directly brought up that Captain Kirk is allergic, which is why Bones gifts him a pair of reading glasses, which come back later in the movie. Wrath of Khan, really good movie, check it out. Fucking amazing, like, all things considered, it is surprisingly good. Like, it is a legitimately, like, great film, like, regardless of Star Trek. Really good movie. Check out Wrath of Khan, it's peak. So, no more hamburger helper? But there's one silver lining. What's that? You can feed me like a mommy bird. Wait, what? The vending machine used real ingredients. Chocolate chips are still on the menu. An important part of a balanced diet. All those cupboards and cabinets are jam-packed with different medical supplies, tools, nutrient supplements, and so on. I guess it's good to have all on board. It's the other pilot. It's not going to be the engineer. I was still holding on hope. I know this is a bit of a like out of nowhere, but I was holding on hope it would be the Canadian. It's the one other person who survived the lunar attack. It's going to be the one other person who survived it, and he's the other pilot, because we know that there's two pilots, but we've only seen one pilot so far. And we haven't seen... I don't know where the hell he could be hiding. Must be in his quarters. And so on, I guess it's good... With Cassandra leading the way, the two of you leave the sickbay behind and step to the central hub. Cassandra pauses for a moment, looking left, then right, before turning back to face you with a smile on her face. Well, that's it, Merrick. Consider yourself officially acquainted with all there is to be acquainted with on board the one and only JFS Gundog. I hope you enjoyed the tour. Excellent, we finished the tour. I did. It's probably up there in my top 5 ship orientations. Oh. We might do... next week might be a little weird. I know maybe I should be talking more about the baddie tier list, but for this game, I'll try to fit it in next week, but it might have to go into Thursday, because we're going to be having a special April Fool's reading on, on the last day of March. So just a heads up for that one. Top 5? Okay, you're right. You're right. Top 10. Top 3. What? Maybe a triple shift to start your time aboard the Gundog is more to your taste. You can do that? Wait. So that did happen to me on board the Thunderbolt. So if that didn't happen, I guess it'd definitely be more favorite orientation ever. What a coincidence. It looks like your schedule's clear until tomorrow morning. Ooh, in that case, 5 stars, great tour, would do again. It was a very fine tour, and that goes doubly for the guide. So, now that the tour's over, your duties don't formally begin until tomorrow. If you want, we can take another look at anywhere on the ship, or if you want to call it a day, that's cool too. I think I'll take another look around. It's best it's completely up to speed on everything there is to know about the ship before I start my duties. Roger that, Lieutenant. We're just gonna speed through it real quick. I wanna see if I can find the other pilot. I'm stupid. I'm stupid. I'm stupid. Oh, I'm so stupid. You know what? We're just gonna go to bed. In game. Let's see here. So now that your tour is over, your duties don't formally begin until tomorrow. If you want, I'm just gonna do that in Minecraft. Exactly. Wait! We need to save scum real quick. I just had an idea. Oh, I'm stupid. How do I keep clicking on the wrong one? How is that possible? How am I that dumb? Then again, you don't think that's the kind of thing people would want to know. Maybe a bit more about the workers first anyway. Okay. No new dialogue unlocked, no new options unlocked. Call it a day. And the reason I reloaded is because we'd have to go through all those dialogues again before we could cycle out of it. We can't just cancel that dialogue, it turns out. I think that's enough for now. I should probably go over the mission logs before tomorrow and get an easy night. I know the captain seems pretty relaxed, but I don't want to make a habit of late starts. So responsible. I've got a late shift tonight, so maybe I'll get a nap too. Okay, I'll see you soon then. That dude, the douchebag. We do get to meet him. Okay. What should his voice be, chat? Sadly, I can't do any other Canadian accents. Minnesota. We can do discount Canada, Minnesota. He's a douchebag, he's a douche canoe. What's a better voice than this? Well, look who it is! The Kaliki Coward! Ha ha! You don't even need to look beyond Cassandra to know who's standing at the entrance. It's the chosen one. It's Neo, Transylvanian. I can't do a fucking V Monroe impression, man. I can't do that fucking little goddamn troll. It's not a kind of a card, man. Okay, maybe I can do it. Okay, well, that sounds even more like Doofenshmirtz. Like, that sounds even more like Doofenshmirtz than that voice from earlier. I am V. I used to go by V Monroe, but now I'm just V. I'm dead naming him. I shouldn't do that. Although you recognize the mocking tone anywhere, the real giveaway is the nickname. One you'd thought you'd escaped long ago. Oh. How How the fuck am I? Is he Welsh? Because Welsh people are supposed to be really cool, and I can't. Hold on, I'm gonna be really petty. How do I pronounce this frickin' name? Humor me for a moment. W-Y-S. Okay. It is Welsh. Oh, it looks like it's a reference to... It's supposed to be cross. But it's a reference to a Welsh poet. I'm gonna look at that. An archdruid. Okay, maybe it's not a reference to that guy. It might be. But we're gonna call him Cross. Okay, Hansen Cross. Because he has a cross to bear. Hansen Cross. As you knew him, Kaliki 3. Of the members of Kaliki Squadron who'd taken part in the battle, he'd been the only one to return. Even then, that had only been after the ceasefire had been signed, a full 13 hours after he'd been launched. From what you'd heard from other crew members, he'd survived by playing a game of cat and mouse with the enemy forces in debris fields. But shutting down the majority of his systems and hiding amongst the wreckage, he'd been able to launch surprise attacks, taking down pursuers one by one. When he came back to the Kaliki and saw the music is supposed to be gone, by the way. Fake char, fake. No. Male. Can we not have this break, please? I'm not saying that right. If I fucking heard it, I'd fucking recognize that term, but I'm reading it and I'm stupid. Oh, he said melee. I thought you said male. Okay, because you were saying... Okay, it was for Kaliki. It's Hawaiian. Duh. Okay. Melee. I wrote that as male, and I thought that was supposed to be a Gundam character. Son of a bitch. When came back to the Kaliki and saw that your armored frame still suspended from its restraints, he had instantly blamed you for the squad being wiped out. Yeah, because that would have been so much useful. If you had taken off when you were supposed to, he argued the squadron would have been at full strength enough to survive the surprise attack. Nope, that's not how that works. No amount of technical data or arguing that had been physically impossible for you to launch would change his mind. The destruction of the Kaliki squadron was on your hands. The worst bit was that you weren't entirely sure he was wrong. I am pretty sure. Maverick! What's up, Lieutenant? Wait, no, that's a little too surf, bro. Is the music just completely done now? What's up, Lieutenant? You're not thinking of finishing your first day without meeting an old friend, right? Cha. When Haru came and told me that some lieutenant called Marek Vesper was our new security officer, I had to come and take a look. No. Damn. No way could it be that wimp from back in Kaliki. So he had to have a dishonorable discharge for dereliction of duty. Oh, duty. But guess the JFC is so desperate that they'd have hung on to anybody no matter how much of a screw-up they are. How do you end up here, Vesper? I gave you a fittingly douchebag voice. I'm happy about that. They decided they couldn't handle a full-size ship, so how do you put on a smallest crew you could find? He's kind of slowly becoming Snake Jailbird, I think. Ha He kind of is, fuck. You instinctively make your hands into fists, but unclench them quickly before Hansen notices. You haven't been stationed on the same ship as him since Kaliki, but you'd run into him a few times aboard the colonies whilst you were both on shore leave. What are the chances? Each time had ended badly. You almost lash out at Hansen, but stop yourself before you do. The two of you are on their ship together, whether you like it or not, and the last thing you want to do is let him know that he can get a rise out of you so easily. You fight the urge to just draw your electroshock weapon here and now. Wait, that's an option? I would have totally done that. It'd be easy to put an end to this that way, you think, but you know that in the long term it'd probably be the worst decision you can make. Instead, you grit your teeth. Stand down, Ensign. This kind of behavior is out of line. Oh no! What are you gonna do, Lieutenant? Gonna find me to my quarters? On the ground? On what grounds? Hurting your fifis? Facts and logic don't care about your feelings. I'm sorry. I don't know why I did that shit meme. Where was your spine 4 years ago? You're happy to throw your weight around against your comrades. Comrades, fuck me. Comrades, but not the enemy. See what I was saying, Maverick? The lieutenant here is a coward, and he's been since day one. Won't fight, won't even stand up for himself. Ensign Cross, you stop this right now. Lieutenant Vesper is... Ha-ha! Can't stand up for yourself, so get in a ditch to do it for you. What a loser move. Cross, you stop this right now and apologize, or I'll order Lieutenant Vesper to throw you into the solitary write you up myself. You're welcome to try, Lieutenant, but I don't think your security officer's got it in him to even try. You think you can take me, Vesper? You step up to Hansen and place your hands on your hips, squaring directly up to him. You look into his eyes and wait for him to blink. A few tense seconds pass, but eventually he blinks first. You hold on the sigh of relief for now. Ensign Cross, that's a request from a senior officer. I suggest you don't cross the lieutenant commander to make it an order. You're so close, they can feel Han's hot breath on your face as he exhales through the nose and smirks. Fight, 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 kiss, kiss, kiss. Wait, shit, that's me. Don't kiss, that'd be gay. Which I am not. Am I convincing you, Chad? Okay. What is that? Worried about what you'd have to do when I disobey you? Don't put fuel on the fire. Come on then, Lieutenant. What's it gonna be? You gonna show me who's boss aboard this ship? You going to make me obey that order? You wanna think long and hard about what you're going to do, Lieutenant? Never know when you're going to need a friend like me. This really is Gundam. The yaoi energy is off the fucking charts, chat. Holy shit. He really is the Char clone. I mean, we're all crewmates here, right? I'm not heartless. I'll even help losers like you out of what you've done to me a solid or two. So maybe you should act like a professional for once. You're the one acting unprofessional. What the fuck are you talking about? Or are you going to do something stupid and show Lieutenant Commander that you're just as much a screw-up as she is? You take a deep breath and... No. With Hansen's breath hot on your face, you do everything you can to not bat an eye, because he wants a rise. That's his whole goal. He can't get it from me, so now he's insulting my girl. Fuck him. Okay? Not bat an eye at the last comment, but despite your best effort, your hands are clenched into fists. As much as you'd like to put 500... That's a lot. 50, not 500. 50,000 faults through him for insubordination and insulting a senior officer, you know it would be letting him win. Exactly. Instead, you glare into the ensign's eyes for a few seconds. You can almost feel Hansen's hatred for you radiating from him like an aura, and it takes all the bravado you can muster to not step down. Ooh. The two of you stand like this for longer than... Would you two knock it off already? I'm on duty this evening, and I don't want to have to update Captain that both her crew security officer and lead pilot are in sick bay. All because their egos are too big to be in the same ship together. So both of you stand down, that's an order. Both you and Hansen are taken aback for a moment, like two school children who've been caught in a playground squabble. You turn from Cassie to Hassan. Hassan? I don't hate him that much. Hansen. And then back, trying to come up with something to say. Similarly, Hansen's air of machismo has been dented by the surprise outburst. I need more ginger ale. No, I don't want to hear it from either of you. You're both in the JCF, so maybe you should start acting like it. Fair enough. Why is my model broken? I died a little. Don't worry about it. Stop breaking! This is one of those days. Stop. Is that why it's breaking? Is it pointing a little too low? Just barely? It was pointing 2 degrees too low, the camera. Are you kidding me? That's stupid. I want you to report to Chief at 0400. You're helping her clean out the organic processing filters. Bitch. Yeah. As for you, Lieutenant Vesper, oh fuck. We'll discuss this later. Oh yeah, I get makeup sex. You get fucking you get chores. Sucks to be you, bitch. Oh god. I'm rolling in it, chat. Or at least I will be. Actually, that sounds disgusting. You can't. Ensign. Piss off. That's not very professional of you, but that's why I like her. That's an order. That's an order. I was about to use a poem that I wrote, chat. But I just remembered technically that poem was... Technically, it wasn't really written for another girl, but it was written as an example to another girl. And that would be rude to use it. So I can't use it, which pisses me off because it's a good poem. It's not a good poem, it's an okay poem. That's an order. You can't reuse a poem, chat, even if it's for a fictional woman. For the first time since you've met him, Hansen looks lost for words. He stands there for a moment, mouth agape. Yeah, Lieutenant Commander. Sorry. Yeah, Lieutenant Commander. I hear you loud and clear. Hansen thrusts both of his hands into his jacket. turning on his heels and heading away towards the thoroughfare. He cocks his head, gesturing to Maverick to follow him as he leaves. Before the pair are fully out of sight, he turns back to face the two of you. Good thing someone on this crew is able to keep everyone in line. Doesn't seem like your security officer's up for the task. Man, dude. Do you just like subsist on like a diet of shit talking? Like, what is your fucking problem? With his parting shot fired, both Haru, also kind of a bitch move, absolute fucking full bitch move. If the situation comes to a close and it's a draw, walking away and going, "You're a bitch," only means you're the bitch. Absolute bitch move from him. Fucking no respect for the guy. If we have a chance to kill him, unless there's some real good character development, we're letting him die. Like, if it's like, oh hey, we can save him, we're gonna let him die. Okay? I don't see any point in saving him. He sucks. This is parting shot fired. Both you and Maverick and Hansen disappear right. Wait, no, me. Both Maverick and Hansen, how the hell did I get there? Go around the corner. You and Cassie stand there watching the space where they'd been. Cassie crosses her arms as she taps her foot furiously. What an absolute cocksucker! Okay then. I told you, he's a real cunt-looking bastard. Okay, that might get us censored. That might get us demoted in the feed. You shouldn't have said that one. And you, what was that performance all about? What do you want me to do? I've told you about him. He doesn't back down. What do you want from me? Like, would you prefer I had actually tried to fight him? Like, I couldn't say nothing. Because if I said nothing, then I'd be a bitch. That's just fucking like, listen, you can't do that, okay? This guy might be a bro later on in this story. I can't be a bitch in front of a future bro, okay? We might have reconciliation later on in this story. That's a little meta though. Let's not talk about that. I know, but you can't let him get you like that. Otherwise, he'll just keep coming time after time until one of you does something they regret. And I'll make sure it's him. Because I'm the chief security officer. I can throw that motherfucker in the brig and leave him there as long as I want. Fuck that dude. You pause for a moment and realize you're an incredibly petty bastard. And proud of it. You're suddenly filled with a sense of shame. Now, for being caught out acting so childishly. Not true. Fake news. Fake news. Fake news. Absolutely not. I'm far too prideful. Hey, don't worry about it. I know that the two of you have been through, and to be honest, I figured he was a real asshole from the moment I met him. Was it the snake jailbird voice that he does? Plus, well, Snake Jailbird is actually a pretty nice dude. I mean, yeah, sure, he robs the Quickie Mart every like week, but like, he has a loving relationship with his kid. He always makes time for his child. You know, he wants to raise his kid to be a good person. And you know, he before being, you know, a criminal, he was an archaeologist. You know, he was a respectable dude. And he has great social connections as well. Man is a social butterfly. Man, they might be, you know, snake and bird, but man's an absolute butterfly. Anyways, plus he's going to be. Wait a second. Wait. Why aren't we the one helping the tomboy? Wait a minute. We're getting cocked. Yeah, excited. Plus, he's going to be busy helping the chief clean out those filters for the next month. So don't worry too much about running into the wire. It should have been me. No. Still feeling a bit sheepish about your behavior in front of Cassie, you manage to smirk. Thanks for stepping in. I couldn't have stooped to his lever. Blah, blah, blah. I'm turning Asian. Oh, yes, I'm turning Japanese. Oh, yes, I'm turning Japanese. Oh, I don't think so. Okay. Don't worry about it. Just take it easy and don't let what he said get to you. I'm going to get ready for my shift, so I'll see you soon. Sure, I guess I'll catch you in the morning. Sounds good. One more thing. What's that? Kiss, 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 kiss. Yes, 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 yes. Cassie steps forward, places her hands on your waist, and stands on her tippy toes, raising her face up to yours. I ruined it. You close your eyes and tilt your head slightly in response. We've achieved it. We can stop the game now. At the moment that her lips meet yours, you forget everything that just happened. All you can focus on is the softness and delicate warmth. After a moment, Cassie slowly moves back, and you open your eyes to find her gazing at you contentedly. You both share the same gentle smile before she steps away. Peek. Sleep well, Merrick. Peek. As Cassie walks away, she spins on her heels, gives you a quick wave, and then turns back, heading further down the corridor. As you step into the quarters and head over to your bunk, the door hisses shut behind you. Thank you for... I hate that fucking word. It just makes my speech impediment really obvious. You stand there for a moment with a smile still on your face before you let out a sigh and sit down. Staring at nothing in particular, you mull over the day's events and Cassie's words from earlier. Big day ahead. I need to get some rest. You sigh and cough. And is that blood? We'll see. April 23rd, planetary calendar 214. 4 days have passed since the JFS Gundog departed on its mission to rendezvous with JFS O'Brien. That was the other one. That one might be a reference to Star Trek. That was the one that I thought might be a reference to O'Brien, my favorite Star Trek engineer, because he's fucking awesome. In that time, her crew, including Lieutenant I'm gonna call myself Maverick, Merrick Vesper, had fallen into an easy rhythm of life aboard the ship. I think we're gonna start from that point, but we're gonna treat this as like a preview for next week. Even as the Gundog enters outer limits of Jovian space and is due to meet the O'Brien, there's little for the crew to do, and general sense of routine permeates the atmosphere. Outer Jovian space, aboard the Jovian patrol ship JFS Gundog. You know, I thought like he was gonna surprise us with something. But I guess we just have to end on that anticlimax, which means what is to come will be far more exciting. Ooh. Let me find a place to link you guys out to. Okay. And then I'll do that whole closer rigmarole. But as I get ready for the closer, let me say that, remember, no stream today, technically. Well, stream today, we are streaming right now. Shut up. No stream Wednesday. We are streaming Thursday. That is the baddie tier list. Be there to hear my most degenerate takes on women and how I want them to end me. Like, just put the gun to my head and pull the fucking trigger. And I linked out to this guy yesterday, but he's playing Doom now. Is he still playing Doom? He's done with Doom. Damn it. Okay. Who's streaming right now? Okay. You're welcome for the stream. Let me see if I can find... I haven't linked out to this person before. This is a pretty cool streamer. Very big, so sadly I'm not linking you out to somebody small. I try, but sometimes it's just when you are at this time, you have to get what you have to just use what you're given. That is Yenna Youngblood. If you're a Shog Mommy viewer, you probably already know of her. She's a hyena. She's pretty cool. Go over there. But in the meantime, thank you for joining us. Whether you've caught us live or in the VOD, it is, you know, you're appreciated. However, I must be signing off because I am dead as a dog. I've enjoyed this a lot, and I hope you have enjoyed this stream as much as I have. But in the meantime, before next stream, I want to wish you to have a great day, a wonderful life, and remember, don't lose your head. Let's close that, and then... There we go. Oh, my glasses! They're still visible. Put up the end screen. Have a good one, everyone. And the baddie tier list should be at the normal time of 10.